Polly Grana Weed Mini Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and I almost forgot my opening line. It's been a couple weeks. Sorry, 1 week was planned, the other week wasn't. Things came up, you know how it goes sometimes. But we're here now, right? Thank you all for being here, especially those of you live, like Super VH, Damon, Swinky, Void Edits, let's see, William Wilkinson, Cuddy Fox, Robert C4, Razorquake 46, Joseph Trujillo, Altabot Phil, Mr. Steeler, Gen 1 Red Alert, AA goes by Ironhide, I think we'll be seeing stuff from him, and Jason Strohmeyer. Welcome to everybody. Thank you here, and thank you if you're watching the replay. I really do appreciate anybody who comes after the fact. Even if you can't be here, appreciate you coming by. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of the video. If you're excited about anything, or just say hi. Whatever you want. It's good to be here. It's good to be back. Good to see you guys. So enough of that. Let's talk about the news, right? We're here to talk about the news. I got a bunch of crystals from the last few events and dispatch missions, all that. So we're going to be playing. We're going to be cracking quite a few crystals tonight. I think it's like 300 or something. It goes faster now since you do 10 at a time. But anyway, let's go to the news. This weekend's event is called Territorial Feud, and let's see. Gather your alliance and win up to 350,000 spark, 250,000 4-star shards, 7,500 3-star shards, 60,000 premium shards, 6 XP boosts, 20 million energon, 20 million and 1 alloy. We'll talk about that in a minute. and some XP power cores and War for Cybertron skin cores. It's a totalizer for the Alliance. One big prize list. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4 and be in an Alliance. Hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, collect the points, collect the prizes. And battle zones are the standard battle zones, and here is the prize list as you go through. And the reason why it's 20 million and 1 alloy is because the original plan for this was to be 500,000 points. But some alliances, they've got, really gung-ho players get in there and they would be done too soon. They wanted more XP. So Space Ape said, okay, fine, we'll raise the max to be 2 million. But the prizes were already set for 500,000 for 500,000. So they just added one final goal at 2 million for 1 alloy. So really, it's just keeping it open so they can get so you can get XP if you happen to be an alliance that goes more than 500,000. So it just basically leaves it open most of the weekend so you can still grind your XP, level your bots and stuff like that. I just think it's funny that they made the final prize 1 alloy. Anyway, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So, all right. So next up, so this week's news. We'll cover things that happened the last couple of weeks too, but we'll get to this week's news first. It's actually live in the game now. The next season of the Cyber Pass skins are up. It's G2 First Aid for the Autobots and G2 Scavenger for the Decepticons. If you happen to purchase the premium Cyber Pass. And of course, as we've gone and found out, if you complete it, you get the skins. It doesn't matter which faction you're on, you do get both of them. So as an Autobot, I'll get the or the G2 First Aid. That's what it shows I'm going for. But when I do get it, I'll still get the G2 Scavenger, which I can then put on Scavenger if I want to. And vice versa for all you Decepticons out there. Let's see, what else do we got while I was out? So that was pretty much it for this week's news. Oh yeah, new 5-star batch was revealed. That happened during the week that I knew I was going to be out. Yeah, apparently we got the batch was revealed by Sunstreaker Waza, Fresius, and Soldier, I think. So I was definitely in there to be able to do the exclusive reveal and stuff like that. But I already had plans to not be out there, so I said, you know what? Go ahead and let those guys have them. I'm sure they're going to do a good job. I'm cool. We'll catch you next time. But anyway, so next 5-star batch is Rotostorm and Spinister, Roadbuster and Half Shell, Optimal Optimus and T2 Megatron, Scattershot and Leozak, and kind of a surprise to me, the Sentius Twins are going to be 5-star bots in this next batch. So we got Starsaber and Deathsaurus in the current batch. We've got the Sentius Twins in the next one. It's going to be kind of hard to pick those two. I'm definitely going to keep finishing the current batch because I'm my 3 bots into it now. Yeah, I've got I already got the the dud of the batch in Air Raid and Hoist and Topspin. So the only ones left is Starsaber and Skids. So that's I'm definitely finishing that one. Yeah, because this batch. Obviously, the Sentius Twins, I think, are probably the prizes of this batch. Rotostorm and Spinister are pretty good. Scattershot, Leozak, okay. Optimal Optimus, T2 Megatron, okay. And I just don't have any experience with Roadbuster or Half Shell to say whether they'd be good or not. So, I mean, if they're good, then great. So yeah. For me, besides the Sentius Twins and Rotostorm, Spinister, I'm not super excited about this batch. But hey, it's going to happen. So also, last week, was it last week that we fought for this, or was it the week before? I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, I do have crystals to crack open for this. So it's the first combat bot that's not a bot. It's the Sword of Balance, which is a combat bot white weapon type thing for the Sentius Twins. You guys probably already have it. You're out there using it and whatever, but I didn't cover it in the news, so we're covering it now. So it does increase the ability damage and releases a pulse that deals 1.4 times the bot's base damage and causes enemies to take extra damage for 10 seconds, and heal allies. And then when your bot gets below 50% health, they gain a 30% reflection, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if you can use it on other bots. I remember when they brought out Kunai intended for Wheeljack, you could use it on other bots, but Wheeljack had an extra buff, so I'm not sure if they did a similar thing with this, or if it is just locked to them. It would make sense that it would be locked just to them, since it's literally their weapon. I'm sure you guys are going to tell me in the chat, yeah, Super VH is saying you cannot use it on others. So it's what they had intended for Kunai, to be locked to just Wheeljack, but they were convinced to open it up for the other medics. That makes a little bit more sense, since the medics don't have they don't have too many combat bots to go around. Although, I suppose the combat bots previous to this were Victory, Leo, and Tiger Chest, and those were locked to just Star Saber and Saurus. So we are getting bot-specific combat bots now, and we got a lot of multi-purpose combat bots out there to go around. I'm sure we're not done getting them, but at some point they're going to run out of combat bots, because there's only so many target masters and combat bots. I mean, they've already had to reach over into the Prime universe for some, which they don't usually do it. They're having to do full-size bots as combat bots like Victory Leo or Air Razor or Rat Trap, and now it's not even a bot, it's just a sword. So we're going to have to get creative with the combat system and all that stuff, so... Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing what I can get, and go ahead and throw that on my Sentius Magnus. And so that brings us to the community corner, which has been filling up for the last few weeks. So I do appreciate everybody posting their submissions. So yeah, so you can see it's basically set right after the last stream as soon as I put it up there. Alien Frog is coming in here with the stop motions. So, there's that music again. I think you guys said you couldn't hear the music on the stream though, so that's probably good. So that was a trailer, so that looked pretty good. Be interesting to see how that goes. If you want to find out more, head on over to Discord. Links in the description. And we've got Ironhide with his creations, the Zap Bots. So this is a combiner team called the Build-A-Bots. I wonder where you got that idea. So let's see. This is Teeth, who is the leader and chief engineer of the build team. Nice. We've got Scoop. And we have Cement. I'm not sure you'd get a trademark for that, so you'd probably have to call him Zapbot Cement to put a package out for that. And we got a Hauler. Different, so familiar names we've heard before in Transformers. Different modes. So I think we had a Hauler who was I guess he went by Road Hauler, who was a crane. This guy makes more sense as a dump truck. He's the one who's going to do the hauling. Cranes don't do hauling. They lifting. He should be called like Lifter. But that's just me. And we've got Cast. Okay, cool. And let's see, where's the name of this one? 2 tons. I guess that's his capacity. The 2 tons is the grain. So, and you also have their combiner, who is roughly the size of the Statue of Liberty. He is almighty. So very cool. And up next, we've got Razorquake doing his skins for the vehicles in Forza Horizon 5, 6. I can't ever remember the number. It's one of those. So we've got a modern adaptation of the Throttlebot Chase. Okay, cool. And original character Roadrunner. Beep beep. Oh, not that Roadrunner. Okay. Just an excuse to show off the design. Kind of looks like Topspin, you know, the NASCAR with the blue, but I know, I see you don't have a number on there, so it's probably more like a pace car, as opposed to an actual car. And we've got, I dig this one, the original design for Big Daddy. Yeah. Like the flames, got the hot rod. Yep. And we've got Earth Mode, Bumblebee Movie, Ironhide. Yeah, I don't know if Ironhide would choose that particular pickup truck. that doesn't really scream Ironhide for me. I mean, the colors you got me. I think Ironhide would be a little bit more of a heavy-duty truck, but yeah, it's cool. Got IDW Sideswipe over here, and then we have Hot Rod as a literal hot rod. There you go. I like it. Though we've got some more from Razorquake, and another original character. So apparently all of the vehicles on the NASCAR circuit are Transformers, according to Razorquake. This is the Decepticon Outlaw, and we've got Soundwave. That's pretty cool. I don't. Is that the same mode as he was in Dark of the Moon? I know this is a Mercedes, and he was a Mercedes, but so that would have actually been pretty cool if they actually put out like that Studio Series Soundwave from the Dark of the Moon, but like with this colors. That would actually be pretty cool. So yeah, cool idea. Oh, and we're back to Alien Frog coming in. Very happy to have collected the Optimus Primal. So this is the Kingdom Optimus Primal, but he also has the Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal Target Master thing, or what did they call it? I don't remember. I got those. They're pretty cool. They're fun. Yeah, we showed them off a few weeks ago. For the long awaited the moment for the monkey to hold the monkey gun. I don't think I pulled out my Optimus Primal to do that, but I fully intended to bring have him hold that, and then Cheetor hold the Cheetor, and Rhinox hold the Rhinox. I mean, it makes sense, right? Yeah. Well, there's the best pose. With the power of double monkeys combined, they have slayed, or at least felled, the big purple dinosaur robot known as Megatron. So here's some cool pictures from Moorbot. Wish the lighting could have been a little bit better, but so we made a Rodimus Unicronus. So it looks like he's actually taken the Hot Rod or the Rodimus Prime from Power of the Primes and done some modifications, added some stuff to him. I see some Legos in there and some other kinds of things, to turn him into Rodimus Unicronus. And we've done a few more upgrades here. Definitely got some more Lego armor on there. Yeah, so really cool. That's very cool. You kind of nailed the head sculpt there. So yeah, good job. Robert C4 coming in here with a custom battle damaged Road King. So that's pretty neat there. Got those extra bonus wheels there on the peg into his spoiler on his arms. That's what I was trying to say. So looks like you got Lego wheels. That's very common thing. I've seen a lot of people do that with like the Legos wheels there. So yeah, there he goes. He's hanging out with a couple of Leadfoots. Lead feet. Robert's. So we're taking this out. Robert's in the chat. He's saying, "I did the paint wrong, dude. You're the only one who knows that." I never would have known you did it wrong if you didn't say it. So you'd be proud of what you did. That was some good work. It looks good. Oh, let's see. Alien Frogs is a maiden abomination that is equivalent to Unicron. And I gotta tell you, this is so busy, I can barely even see what's in here. So we've got the, Rodimus Unicronus there for sure, who's got Galvatron and Shockwave, I think? Is that Overlord and a whole bunch of Prime Masters and, yeah, I can totally see Rodimus Unicronus thinking he's equivalent to Unicron, but then learning the hard way that he's not even close. So, Robert's coming back with a really cool idea. Got the Gold Veins Megatron. So this one, I'm not entirely sure which one this is. Looks like some kind of a core class. Is this the Legacy or Kingdom one? But put some Golden Lagoon liquid in them. I like this, where a lot of people do the panel lining with like the black and all that. He went with gold and added some additional gold details to it too. I think that looks pretty sharp. Something about the gold on like the black background or whatever looks really good. So yeah, that would be really cool to do with like even oh, it's Authentics. Okay, so yeah, so if you had really any Megatron or any bot that you think would do that, I might look for something like that having like the little gold accents or whatever. Or we could go full Golden Lagoon and just paint them completely gold. I do have a few of those. As longtime viewers know, we've got Goldemus Prime on the back shelf over there, and I've got a few others hanging around other places. So, and then you can see I wasn't able to do the stream last week and change the title of it. And so here's all the stuff from this week. This is Alien Frog, hyped for Legacy Menosaur. Should be complete with a DNA upgrade kit by Christmas. Very cool. And we've got Soundwave just is coming into the base like, hey guys, look at this cool boombox I found. And then Blue Streak comes in and says, hey fellas, what's up? And Soundwave's still just chilling back there with his boombox as the Stunticons take out Blue Streak. And somehow Blue Streak disappeared and Dead End's sitting there like, what happened? So, but Soundwave's still back over there chilling with his boombox. Let's see. Oh, and I do like these too. So these are very cool to see here, Alien Frog. We've got the Maximals outside out in the nature. So we've got Cheetor here, and going around the trees, and yeah, very cool, man. Great idea for a photo shoot. And looks like we've got some Photoshop skills going on. Throwing some extra color onto these photos. Very cool. Thank you all. I think that's the end of it. So thank you all for the submissions. It's always cool to see what you guys do. So that's going to wrap it up, except for the crystals. But if you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube, or you found this by mistake, you don't know how I got here, click the subscribe button, youtube.com/engineerhoist. You can also follow me on Instagram, and well, I guess that's not the right Twitter logo anymore. I don't post there anyway, but it's at Engineer Hoist. I'm there. If you're there too, give me a follow. Maybe you'll see something when I post it every so often. But that's going to do it, and it's time to roll the credits. Thank you to everybody who helps support the channel by being channel members, or also thank you to the moderators who help out in the chat and in the Discord. Again, the Discord link is in the description of the video. Fortunately, most of everybody in the chat and the Discord is pretty well behaved, so there's not a lot of work for my moderators to do, but it's nice having them there. Thank you guys. I do appreciate everything that y'all do. And I think it's time to go do some crystal cracking. yeah, we're just not going to waste any time because we're already 20 minutes into the show, and we've got a lot of things to do. Yeah, see, there's the Cyber Pass. It's live. There's G2 First Aid. You know, I haven't quite started it just yet, but I'll get there. Alright, so we've got 190 premiums. We got 36 of those Sword of Balance crystals, 72 rather. Premium combat chips, 3 4-star crystals, possibly more depending on how the dupes go. We've got the skins. Let's go ahead and open these skins from the last Cyber Pass. Skydive, and I don't even remember. Hook? Okay. No, Bone Crusher. Okay. And let's see, we've got a couple of power cores. These, I believe, were from finishing up the last Cyber Pass as well. So this is probably going to be the G Metal XP core. And I think these next two are G1 cores. So let's see what kind of G1s we get. That is Blades. Yeah, this is a G-Metal. What do I get? That is Smokescreen. Cool. Alright. We've got 2 to make this an even round number. Not sure what I'm going to get combat bot wise. I don't have them all, but I'm not expecting a whole lot from these combat chips. But we're going to give it a go. If nothing else, we're going to be getting some of those 5-star combat shards. I don't remember how close I am to a new 5-star combat chip, though. Not sure if that would happen tonight or not. A lot of 2s and 3s. Not even a 4-star dupe. Yep, so far this has been very exciting. Oh my goodness, it's telling me I need to fuse my power cores. I'm not actually getting any power cores from anything. And we pulled a 4-star Big Daddy. Cool. Oh, and we had a duplicate 4-star Top Heavy. And we're going to go ahead and finish this off now, too. Oh my goodness, we're getting another 4-star. Shattered Glass, Steel Jaw. Very cool. Save the good ones for the last. It was not very exciting to begin with, though. We end up walking away with a Big Daddy and Steel Jaw. Very cool. I definitely could put them to work somewhere else. Okay, so I don't want to miss out on any power cores. I don't have a lot of Energon. I've only got like 900 some thousand. But I should probably fuse a few. Well, I've got stuff in my inventory. Might as well take advantage of that. Get some Energon in there so I can go and fuse a few things. Oh, what am I working on? Actually, I want to level up some G1 cores, right? Yeah, Wheeljack can use a little bit of a level. It's nice that they filtered it, but you still gotta scroll quite a bit to get to the ones that are unused if you actually put these on somewhere. Alright, so I just gotta get rid of all of these. It's not like I'm saving them for any reason, I just don't have that many, I don't earn that much energon on a daily basis. Let's take this as far as I can with what I say. So keep going. I think that's gonna do it. So that was pretty good. Oh, yeah. Watch out for flashing light sequences. All right, so that should allow me to go ahead and get some cores from the next crystal cracking. So you got a bonus power core fusing in this video too. Alright. Now let's go through this Dupe City here and see what kind of nothing we get here. Maybe that reverse psychology will work out for this like it did with the combat chips. So somebody forgot to fill up the space bridge gas tank. It's taking a while tonight. Ah, 4-star Huffer. Blades and a Cheetor in that one. Wow. Keep going like this, it might actually get to 5-star crystal. No, I'm way too far away from that. I don't know about way too far, but I'm pretty sure I'm not that close. We're just a couple of 4 stars are gonna get me there. Alright, there we go. As soon as you're done thinking about it, thinking about which duplicates you're gonna give me, let's go Space Bridge. Nope. Maxed out on power cores again. I'm seeing some bronze come through here. That's a 4-star I don't have. Roadbuster also. Roadbuster, I would rather get Roadbuster because he's going to be used in Ruination. I think he's the only 4-star I'm missing. Oh, let's go back and fuse some more cores. Oh, I gotta top up on, max out on Energon. Cancel. Oh, who do I want to do this for? I don't know. Is there anybody who needs help here? Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Strafe having a... Or what about the Gunners? Gunners. I think I got some Gunners. Oh yeah. Definitely want to level up Warpath here. Okay, there we go. Let's go do all this. I'm using all the silver ones because those give you the fewest amount of the little points to level up, and that means I can get rid of more of them for the same amount. What did I do? I think I accidentally changed the filter. Just gotta keep going, gotta keep going. This is top-notch content right here, guys. Real prime time. Must-see TV. All right, that's enough. Okay, well, at least now, wow, that got me to 19. That's cool. Well, at least Warpath's going to be way stronger now. Alright, let's get back to cracking the crystals. Alright, well, now I know I need, I've definitely learned tonight that I need to do, a better job of fusing my cores. There we go. We're doing well. Doing well. Getting all sorts of power cores that I'm not doing a good job of fusing. Oh, come on. Keeping us in suspense. It's just gonna be duplicates. Just throw them out there, man. Come on. Go 30 more, then we can get to the sort of balance chips. You got your Snickers ready for the long show. I like that. Oh, 4-star Snapdragon snuck up in there. Wait, no, I already have a Snapdragon. What happened there? That was so weird. I thought I had a Snapdragon. I'm positive I was. I don't know what that is. And there's a Trailbreaker. Alright, I just want to go see did I somehow get some. It would be like the lowest level 4-star. Did I get some new 4-star and it showed me the wrong thing? No, I got nothing. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to do these sort of balances, 10 at a time, and then we'll finish up with the last 6. Oh, there's the 2-star. We got that straight out of the way. And then immediately go right to the 3-star. Very cool. Just got some more duplicates of the 2 and the 3. Okay. And thinking about it, it better be just looking for that 4-star to give me. Not this time. Oh, the suspense is going to kill us as we open these one at a time. Oh, and it's nice that it's actually taking so long, even when we're just doing it just one at a time. Yes. Oh, that one went better. Okay. And we've got another duplicate. one last chance. And it's a duplicate. Alright, so no 4-star Sword of Balances here. So it says we have extra crystals. And close to a 5-star combat chip, but not quite. Oh, ever so close to the getting 10 3-star crystals, but there are a couple of extra 4-star crystals to grab there. So let's go ahead and open 5 4-star crystals. Which duplicates did we get? Vote now. We got a gnaw. Storm Clash. A sludge. 2 more. Hoist. And the final duplicate of the evening is Simba, aka Beast Wars Pro. Oh, is this sort of balanced story? I know you are there. It is my if it is my counsel you seek, you have but to ask. I should have known, Alpha Trion. I could not mask my presence from one whose senses are attuned to more mystical wavelengths. Though we are all children of Primus, both of us are closer to the source than other bots, Sensus Magnus. Your wisdom is legendary, Alpha Trion, even to a herald of Primus. Then I give of it freely. What troubles you? This. Your sort of balance, but I see. There have been changes. I fear for the worse. My brother Sentius Malice seeks to possess it, and not for the general betterment of Cybertronians, I fear. So where there were 2 swords of equal magnitude, now there is one all-powerful blade. Balance no longer. You grasp the horns of my dilemma. Tell me, Sentius Magnus, as the current holder of this great and mighty blade, how do you feel? Feel? I feel no different. My path is as clear and unwavering as it ever was. Then how do you know Malice will feel any different? Perhaps all you need to do is do nothing. This is about trust, Magnus. 1 sword, 2 swords. Perhaps it is all the same, You have given me much to ponder. So there you have it. The pretty pickle I find myself in, the sort of balance, now a divisive and potentially explosive bone of contention. Not that I don't appreciate that. Of all bots, you sought me out to unburden yourself, Sentius Malice. But it does beg the question, why? Because, Starscream, you and I are often tarred with the same brush. Misunderstood, I call it. And currently you have a Vok level of understanding about such exalted matters. Honestly, I prefer the old me. Being quite so self-centric clarifies one's day-to-day. Though I am loath to ask, what would you do if you were me? If you could remotely put yourself in my illustrious place? Let's review, shall we? The Sword of Balance was once 2 swords, now it's 1, a singularly all-powerful weapon. Sentius Magnus, your brother, currently has it. Yes, but what to do about it? If I challenge him for it, A, I might not survive said challenge, and B, it would forever damage our unity. Which is important, given what's coming. Exactly. And yet you cannot, in all good faith, placidly cede the weapon to him either. So, yes, it's better for everyone if neither of you have it, and instead its safekeeping were entrusted to other hands. Those being yours, presumably. Even with your Vok rewiring, Starscream, that really would be a leap of faith. Cool! I dig that. Are you saying the exact same dialogue for the cons? Well, that would make sense. We're seeing both sides of the story. I actually like that. I like that that they did that. So Yeah, I'm not. I was once I started doing that Starscream voice, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this up because that's tough on the throat. Oh man. And okay, yeah. So that's it for the game, I guess. There we are. We're back. So we did get Big Daddy. Got a Shattered Glass Steel Jaw. I think I got the 5-star Shattered Glass Steel Jaw. So did 4-star. I mean, hey, it still could use the 4-star on something else. I mean, particularly the combat bots. They only go on one bot. So just because you got a 5-star doesn't mean you can't also put the 4-star on somebody. So it's definitely better than like the big bots. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I got the 4-star already. Why do I need the 3-star? Okay, yeah, fair point. But I mean, it's still a bot. Combat bots are different. You can use all, even the 2-star combat bots give you a little bit of boost over nothing. You know, so yeah. Oh, so this is the time. This is the point in the show where we generally talk about toys that I've picked up over the last. Since the last stream, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I got quite a few. Are you saying I forgot to say who they're giving us in the next endurance event? I don't know that. So I didn't forget. So if you know, you can share us in the chat. Oh, I don't remember which order I got all of these in. But, oh, yeah, Rekar and Junkie. Duh. Okay, you're right, I did know. But it wasn't in the newsletter. So, I basically do my stuff off of the newsletter. So... It didn't show up in the newsletter that I saw in any of the last 3 weeks because I looked at them all. So they'll be there at some point. So here we go. It was working before. Well, I do not know what is happening. Yeah, when I checked everything at the beginning of the show, this was working. Now all of a sudden, I mean the camera's on. It's on the right channel. Okay, so I guess we won't be using that camera today. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way. With the Studio Series Gamer Edition Cliff Jumper, as you might expect, he is a red bumblebee with a new head. They say weapons are all the same and everything like that. His arm still comes off, and you can replace him. Same exact alt mode. It was just like the original one from the War for Cybertron game, which was also a red bumblebee. Difference is that original one, it was really just a red bumblebee head. I think this one actually gave us more of the head from the game, which is reminiscent of the Transformers Prime Cliff Jumper. So we'll just go ahead and set him there. Unfortunately, the camera situation isn't working, so we won't get a group shot today. But next up, we've got Studio Series 86 Brawn And this guy is fun. You know, if you're a fan of Braun, you're gonna love this figure. One of the coolest things about this guy is when he transforms, it almost looks like the transformation for the original G1 figure, because his legs actually come apart, and yeah, they actually open up like this and end up going all along the side of the vehicle. So just like his G1 figure would do, they just didn't fold up. But you know, the legs just became that entire side of the vehicle with both wheels. They basically did the same thing here with this guy, except they actually let him fold it up into a nicer leg. So it's really cool. And I also like how they there's no, he doesn't have a hat, a hood, because it's got a little rotating piece in there for the vehicle. So they did a fantastic job all around. Excellent job on 86 Braun. So yeah, definitely one of the better figures out there. So let's see. Got the Gamer Edition Megatron, and he is really cool. I have not actually pulled out my original War for Cybertron version yet to compare him. I expect this guy to be a little bit bigger because he's Voyager. The original one was a deluxe. Transformation is pretty straightforward. I didn't really need the instructions. It's not your typical transformation, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, But yeah, the one thing the original one did not come with was this really awesome mace weapon he's got there. So that's pretty cool. Doesn't really integrate into his vehicle mode, other than you can just plug it in on top there. But yeah, definitely he's got a good presence on the shelf. So also picked up the Studio Series, but packaged as a Buzzworthy Bumblebee 102 Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And I was thinking I might pass on this guy, but when they announced the Optimus Primal, that he's going to come with an axe meant for him, I decided to go ahead and pick him up. I couldn't actually find him, but Larkin's Lair, if he's a friend of the channel, he actually happened to find one and said, "Hey, anybody need one?" I said, "Me." So he said he sent it over to me. Payment was exchanged or whatever. So, but he was. So we do that. I mean, we help people out. Because some things are hard to find. And this one was definitely hard to find. But anyway, so really cool Optimus Prime. When he's in alt mode, he's got some kibble in the back of the truck, like his leg, folds up, and that looks kind of dumb. Otherwise, the truck is neat. Completely different from the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. That's why I was originally not going to get it. I was thinking, it's probably just another one of those. But no, this guy is completely different, and he's got some really cool moves that he does as part of his transformation. So, yeah, definitely recommend picking him up. Oh, let's see. I think these guys were next. They may have been first. I don't remember. But finally, War Dawn came available to those of us here in the United States. Apparently, they were widely available in Canada for some time, but in the U.S., they wanted to wait until San Diego Comic-Con was available or whatever. So I was there. I as soon as it became available on Hasbro Pulse, I managed to get on there and snag one, and so here we are. Ariel is in the game in Transformers Earth Wars. As you know, this is the figure that she's based on. It would have been nice to have this a while back so I could have compared it. But yeah, so there's Ariel, and there's Dion, rocking the same alt mode and weapons as Orion Pax from that Hero is Born set. Also Cup, which is why, just like Orion Pax, he has removable limbs. Doesn't really make sense for him. I guess it kind of does. Whatever happens to him off screen. But yeah, so there he is. He does come with these additional pieces there on his backpack. They just kind of plug in. You can take them out. They can be guns or whatever. But I guess he didn't think about that during that episode when the Decepticons attacked. But yeah, so there we got the War Dawn with Dion and Ariel. And let's see, got 3 more. So, was looking for this guy. Yeah, I went to like 4 Walmarts. One, I found this guy. I got myself the Toxitron Collection Watermelon Mirage. So I'm happy about that. I did get, you've seen, we've got Nacho Jazz, we've got Cloud Cover, we got Toxitron. Those guys were up for pre-order. Why the rest of the wave wasn't up for pre-order, I don't know. But I did manage to find Watermelon Mirage, and I've got him. His one joint on his leg, on this leg, is super tight. I could hardly transform him. I did manage put it in hot water, loosen it up a little bit. So I did manage to get him transformed into his alt mode once and get him back successfully with nothing breaking. So I have a feeling that he's just going to not transform because this is the mode that I want. I keep my Transformers in as their bot mode. So I talked about they had him, they had Nacho Jazz, and all the other ones that I already had. They also they did not have the Dead End, which I wasn't even looking for. They did not have the Sideswipe, which I was kind of looking for, and they did not have the Grimlock, which I was kind of looking for. And even though I wasn't really going for this one in the wave, I got it anyway. And this is the Sprite Cycle. Laser Cycle is the official name, but since we're calling this guy Watermelon Mirage, this kind of, when I look at this bot, it looks kind of like a can of Sprite, like a lemon lime deal. So I'm calling this Sprite Cycle. So we got Watermelon Mirage and we got Sprite Cycle, and we got Nacho Jazz, and still haven't thought up a good one for Sideswipe. Best I could come up with Sideswipe is a Tropical Sideswipe and Lemon Drop Grimlock. So why Lemon Drop? Well, he's yellow, but he's not just yellow. He's like basically the same color scheme as the Sideswipe. So why not Tropical Grimlock? You can call him Tropical Grimlock if you want, I guess. So, and the final one that I got, this was completely unplanned, but I saw it, and since I did actually finally see the episode where it happened, I wanted to go ahead and pick up this version of this little dude. It's Jawbreaker. This is a Warrior class Earthspark Jawbreaker. So, yeah. So this is my second Earthspark Terran figure. I previously got the Earthspark Twitch, which is a really cool figure, by the way. But I don't know if they'll, end up making another, like a deluxe class Jawbreaker or not. But I figured, might as well go ahead and get this little dude. So it's interesting that, so if you've seen the episode, or if you haven't, then I guess this might be spoilers, but yeah. So he found his alt mode. He turns into like a little dinosaur, but what they called it is different. I did some looking up, and yeah. So Mercenary Terror is saying it's a Sticky Moloch. It's got a little hard-headed dinosaur. But I was like, I thought those were like Pachycephalosaurus. We talked about that before, because I've got a Dinobot, third-party Dinobot female turns into a Pachycephalosaurus or whatever, and so I was like, what? Wait, where did they get that? And turns out, they're definitely related dinosaurs. They've kind of got like the bony head, and they figure they butt heads and use that to defend themselves. But the Pachycephalosaurus was much larger, apparently. than the Stygimoloch, or even the Dracodon, which is what the vertebrake is supposed to be a skeleton of. So same kind of thing. So Jawbreaker and Vertebrake from Kingdom, the Dracodon and the Stygimoloch, are basically very, very closely related. And, you know, the research that I found, some people think that the Stygimoloch and the Dracodon may actually just be juvenile Pachycephalosaurus. Like, it's all the same dinosaurs, just these ones were younger. So, but I mean, any way you slice it, whether you call it a Pachycephalosaurus or a Stygimoloch, it's you know, it's a mouthful. So they're kind of, yeah. Or is it Dracorex? I can't remember. This is like Draco something. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so that was the research I found. I thought it was kind of interesting. You know. But yeah, they're all related, if not the same actual species. So. Oh yeah, pronouncing some names are difficult. If I find one that's particularly difficult, I'll actually practice it, like the Pachycephalosaurus. For whatever reason, that name just looked to me like it was you know, interesting. So I took my time, I sounded it out, and practiced it. So yeah. For whatever reason, I always liked the name of the Archaeopteryx. Because apparently it was supposed to be like the, you know, first, you know, link to being a bird. It was like the first one to have feathers, or at least that was the going story back when I was a wee lad. Pretty sure they found evidence that, you know, what we know of dinosaurs as being, you know, or they may have more feathers or fur or something than before that, but. Yeah, so. Yeah. Okay, couple. You want to hear about the Petro rabbits? Is that it? I'll give you Petro rabbits. Oh, man. Yeah, they say dragons look like flying dinosaurs. Yeah, I've heard this theory too. Some think the bones of dinosaurs were originally maybe inspired the theory of dragons. Yeah, that I've heard that story too. Like, you know, during the medieval times, you know, they don't, you know, the people back then, they didn't understand what was going on. So they if they're doing some farming or whatever, and they find this giant skeleton, they might be like, oh, it's dragon bones or whatever. So it's definitely a solid theory. But we all know the dragons really are transformers. That, you know, they're the beast transformers that came to Earth a long time ago. Whether you're talking about the Bayverse in The Last Night, or whether you're talking about Transformers Prime with the Beast Hunters, you know, season. So yeah, the dragons are actually Cybertronians that had these dragon modes, like Predaking and Skylinks for some reason. Yep. Let's look it over here. It says something started. Oh yeah, that's right. I was doing the story, and that's when Oktar and Red Alert put up their you know, showed that they renewed their membership. So thank you guys for your support. I really do I appreciate your continued support. So I'll get get back to that. So I heard it going on, but I was reading the story. So. Wagons flying dinosaur bones are heavy, so it wouldn't work out. Well, listen, we're talking about people back in the medieval times. They didn't quite have the understanding of the world that we have in today. So I hesitate to call anybody stupid. They just didn't have the same knowledge yet, because a lot of the research to where it's obvious to you that the bones are too heavy to fly, that hasn't been done, or at least it certainly hasn't been widely taught. So they don't know. It's just something that's there. Where did it come from? It must have flew here. I don't see any more flying around, so it must be extinct. They came up with some weird stuff back then. Yeah. So it's real hard to put yourself in the mindset of somebody, like 1,000 years ago, because things that we know today as common knowledge is witchcraft to people back then. Just like if somebody from 1,000 years in the future were to come back to us right now, things that they would do would be witchcraft to us right now. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh. They're laughing right now. In a thousand years from the future, they probably know if they can come back. They know how to do it without us knowing. So that's my theory. If anybody is smart enough to come back in time or to travel here from light years away from another planet, they're smart enough to not have us dummies find them. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Are there time travelers? Are there aliens? Yeah, but we'll never know. They're smart enough. Loch Ness Monster Transformer. Yeah, paddles. If they're smart enough to come back in time, it must be stupid to come back here. Well, why would you want to go back in time? To study the history. Kind of like what we were just saying. Is like back in the medieval times, we don't know what was really going on back then. What if you wanted to know? If you could travel back there in time, then you would actually understand what happened a lot better. So maybe something weird happens, or just interesting, or maybe they just want the knowledge. So come back and see what actually is happening. Or maybe they're coming back to, invest in Apple or some other unknown stock that'll make them rich in 1,000,000 years. I mean, there's movies out there like that. Didn't they do that in Hot Tub Time Machine? I know they were talking about that in Back to the Future. It's like, hey, yeah, why don't I just go and bet on the race or whatever? I already know all the scores. Well, that's exactly what Biff did. He ended up getting a hold of that book. It's me from the future. Woo! I guess I'm using Lamau now. I usually just type lol. I guess future me uses Lamau. The Sports Almanac, thank you. That's what I was calling Back to the Future. So Cody Fox says, I've been waiting for a storyline with Paddles or a new name based on him. I asked one Hasbro person about the Jaws of Terror storyline and want to know if Dinobots and Dino Force both came from it. Paddles was kind of a one-off thing. You know, I don't expect anything ever again to be done with Paddles. I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't see it happening. The fact that we got the Planet One from Planet X as a third-party figure was amazing. So yeah, so there at least is a representation. Oh, here's some fun dinosaur names. The thought of dragons having wings are most likely from pterosaurs like Hatzegopteryx or Quetzalcoatlus or Pteranodon and Archaeopteryx. Nailed it. Oh, here we go. We got news. Look, I think Nanef is making a conversion kit for Studio Series Sludged into Paddles. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I definitely can see third parties jumping in there to help out with Paddles or even other original characters and stuff like that. But anything official from Hasbro, I wouldn't hold my breath for it. But they've done some things that have been pretty surprising. So, yeah. Hey, we got confirmation. I actually got all those names right. Luke, how's it going? Oh, is this thing going to turn on yet? I mean, the camera's on, but I don't know why the. Yeah, I don't know why this is not going. Like I said, it was working before the show. I have no idea what happened. Do this. Maybe. Okay, so I think I've found where the problem is. I'm not going to try to solve it while we're here, so hopefully we'll have it ready for next time. Or at least I don't know exactly what the problem is. You know, I mean, it's right there always, but I don't think it's the camera. Saying you can never remember anything like how I'm supposed to pay Super VH $2 million. Yeah, I really don't remember any of that stuff. That must happen, you know, farther in the future than I am right now, but not still in your past. So if that ever gets there, so then yeah, we'll see about that. But that's got to be still more in the future, somewhere between now and where you're from. Maybe you're too far back. Yeah, that's exactly it. You're too far back. Oh, funny. Funny when all reality when Nintendo is nice. Yeah. What are my thoughts on the sun's radiation bursts messing up equipment? It happens. We only exist because the sun has decided to allow us to. Yeah, one thing you definitely do, if you're a time traveler, one thing you definitely don't want to do is go too far into the future, because far enough into the future, the sun will have expanded to be just where we are at now. So if you go too far into the future, you're just going to burn up, because you'll be in the sun. I mean, if I remember, it's something like millions or billions of years, so not any time in our lifetimes. But still. In time periods, you gotta watch every step, because if one thing happens different in one time period, it'll affect another time period. Kill a butterfly in 1200, it'll affect what happens today. That's the butterfly effect. Yep. You notice your cell phone service is degraded a lot? Well, if you're talking about like permanently messing up equipment, I don't think it would actually be, hitting like cell phones and stuff like that. Usually they're mostly concerned about them, like astronauts out on the space station, because the Earth's atmosphere protects us from most of that business for the sun. But if they're in orbit, they're outside the atmosphere, so they got no protection, so they're very susceptible to it. But they can usually see it coming. I don't think sunbursts, sunstorms are the cause of your degrading cell reception. maybe your phone's a little old. Maybe one of the towers near you is down. Who knows? But if it's a permanent issue, that's probably not sun-related. A temporary thing, like, I mean, if you've got a dropped call, yeah, that's probably the sun. Yep. Oh man, we're off on the time travel now, huh? Time traveling movies are inaccurate. Yeah. So one thing that everybody just kind of glosses over is, or most do, but like, so you're supposedly going back in time, and like at the same place, right? At the same place on the Earth. But apparently, somehow, they've managed to make their time machine locked to this place. They time travel relative to this planet, because, in the absolute universe, we're traveling like millions of miles an hour. I mean, we're revolving around the sun. We're rotating. We're, our solar system is rotating around the galaxy, and then the galaxy is even moving. We're moving like so incredibly fast We just can't see it because all the stuff around us is moving just as fast. But, so if, at this point in time, even to go back 10 seconds, that's like we're way over there. You're way over there, actually, 10 seconds ago. So you have to, so they don't talk about it, but your time machine would have to, you know, it's like, okay, well, I need to be fixed relative to this position on this surface that I'm on, not an absolute position of the universe. They kind of gloss over that. Oh yeah, multiverses, yeah. It gets so messy though when you start bringing the multiverse in. I mean, you know, with the MCU, I know everybody's excited. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but they're gonna have to shut that down at some point. You know, Kang was right. You know, single timeline, trim the branches. You know. I'm sorry, he wasn't Kang. He Who Remains. It's Kang. Alright, let's see. Okay, you guys got more comments and stuff like that too. What are my thoughts on Legacy Menasor? I think it's fantastic. I think it's probably the best combiner Hasbro's ever put out. You know, it just you know, it hits all the right buttons. You know, all the figures are really good individually. Probably the only problem out of all of the figures is dead end and vehicle mode. It doesn't quite tap together, and I suppose yeah, he doesn't really have very good feet. But I mean, drag strips excellent. Motor Master's excellent. The whole trailer transformation into basically the skeleton of the bot is excellent. You know, I know people flipped out about Breakdown not being a Lambo, but I mean, okay, fine, whatever. You know, it's still a good figure. I think it's good, and I got toy hacks for all of them, and so my Menasor is fully toy hacked, and it looks great. And I saw that they're putting out the gift box of it. I will not be getting that because I already have it, but I'm glad they're putting something like that out for people who want it or weren't able to get the figures before. So. They talk about Transformers Multiverse. I mean, yeah, I mean they've had that for a while. I mean, if you think about it, G1 is its own universe, and you've got, you know, Prime as a universe, and Shattered Glass as a universe. So they got stuff like that. So, but I've seen you ask this a couple of times, William Edward Hackman. Yes, I've watched Star Trek. I have not seen all of them, particularly the newer stuff, but yeah, I've watched Star Trek. Like Next Generation was my show. So. Need to find the leg bots. Yeah, they were out a while ago. That might be tough finding them. The only characters part of all universes were Primus and Unicron. But you know the whole thing about like these multiverse, particularly like Hasbro, is like they're just different stories using familiar characters. It's not meant to be the same characters. You know, it's just different stories. Hey, I like the character. I want to tell a different story with it, but I don't want to have to be a slave to existing content or whatever. You know, so that's it. It's not meant to be connected at all. They're just using familiar characters or whatever. But you know, the fans want to connect everything. How does this connect to this and all that stuff? It doesn't. It's just you know, the characters that look the same and have the same names. You know, in some cases they do cross over, like Rescue Bots and Prime. You know, and then like what is it, RID 2015 kind of was a sequel to all of that stuff. So I mean, some of them they did make an effort to make them connected, but stuff like Earthspark, that's its own thing. You know, Cyberverse is kind of its own thing. You know, the you know, Prime and Rescue Bots and all that stuff is not at all G1. The live movie verse is not at all any of the animated stuff. And although they've kind of made a mess of that with whole Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast, is that prequels to Bayverse, or are they starting their own thing, or so that's a mess. Yeah. So. According to Source, Motor Master is being reissued. Missed them somehow. It'll probably be able to get them. Don't want to buy the whole set just for Motor Master. Well, you know what? Buy the set and then you can sell off your limbs. I happen to know somebody who's looking for a Breakdown Wild Rider. Right there below you. So, I mean, that's probably what I would do if I was in that situation. You know, and I could afford it. I'd probably just go for the box set and then sell off, or you know, keep and customize if I wanted to. You know, those other figures that I ended up getting. So. See, you got somebody else looking for Breakdown a Wild Rider. Yeah, there you go. You can start a bidding war. So. All right. No, I think it's getting to be about time to get on out of here. It's been fun as usual. You know, talked about the news, cracked some crystals, and talked about random stuff. So. Yeah, it's definitely time to go because I just froze up there for a second. Can't think of anything to do. That's gonna do it. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep all my friends. We'll see you next time.